Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, but first, as always, let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Pretty comfortable again, high 85, low 68. Water temperature at the end of the pier is 77.4 to be exact. It's been pretty steady about the last week and a half. Take a look at our river reading, brought to us by the good folks at Panama City, Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, folks, is 3.2. It's low. Well, you think that's low? Look at the Choctaw at Caraville. And even 2 foot. And look, it's flat line all the way through. I mean, both of these rivers are low. We talk about it when this happens. It happens, periodically. We just haven't had any rain. We're talking about how dry it has been. And none of the watersheds have had any kind of water flow, and that's why, of course, they're low. And what's going on with the Choctawhatchee is, you can walk across it in a couple of spots, and that's amazing. So be well aware of it if you're planning some kind of boat trip or going that way. Take a look at our tide chart. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, and taking our chart out, we're in neap tides today. We got some decent tides coming up tomorrow and on into the weekend, but neap tides today, not a whole bunch going on. Marine forecast is seasonal. How about east at about 5 to 10? So again, we really need some rain. We're all talking about it. Be careful on burning. Don't be burning anything outdoors, especially now. With the so dry and windy. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We take great pride in always giving our fellow outdoorsmen some good advice on different things in the outdoors. So we're going to start off this morning on some good advice for outdoorsmen right here. Check this out. If you get lost in the woods, find a possum, follow it, and you will be in the middle of the road in no time. Ain't that the truth here in the Florida Panhandle? There's a lot of possums out and moving around now. All right, move on. This is Pam Peterson Kelly, Pam and her husband Junior Kelly, on an electric company. They have an electrical service company. They have always been great outdoorsmen and former students of mine. Now she's talking about her granddaughter. Okay, Papa is taking Harper, that's her granddaughter, hunting in the morning. She has been begging to go for a couple of years. It's finally time. So this was classic to me because this is how you get ready for the next morning hunt. You got to have those boots out, ready to get on, put those on last out by the door. But that's some great looking boots, good snake bite proof boots right there. And here's a picture of them in the driveway. Okay. That's Junior Kelly and his granddaughter, and they were, I don't know what they did, but it don't matter. They had a good time right there. So that's a classic picture of a couple of generations going hunting. Okay, this is the white crappie. Pete Rainey sent this to me. This is white crappie on a 5-gallon bucket caught in Ohio, released without measuring or weighing. I heard it may be a state record. I don't know a lot about it, but that picture right there, I've seen that picture, and Pete knew the people who took the picture, so it's pretty legitimate. But that is a huge one right there. Caught up in Ohio. One of my former students, C.J. Hutchison, the best morning a dad could ask for right here. My boy's first buck. It was too foggy to film at sunrise, but his smile says it all. Now, check that out. Good job, C.J. Hutchison. Big old smile. Got a couple more pictures here. There's another picture there. Open the morning. Has some good. There he is on a tailgated truck. And he'll be able to tell that story for a long time. His first buck. Billy Archer took his last trip. Billy took his last trip this past weekend. Had a fantastic trip. This fun group of fishing electricians enjoyed near slick, calm conditions. It has been that way. Had a great amberjack bite. Thanks Travis Poole and the company. Is that not a big amberjack, folks? Goodness gracious, I know that was a fight. Now here's the last picture of the year down in St. Andrew. the Captain Tiny charters with Captain Billy Archer. People just want to go amberjack fishing and catch them, and they're good to eat when they're smoked and all. So, good job there. And he's going to get our boat out of the water now and take it up there. Michelle Kendrick, Major, she's sending a picture of her son Brandon on opening day. Brandon is a good hunter. Brandon Kendrick right there, and that is a nice buck, Brandon. Good job. Congratulations. That was a fine buck. From Chattahoochee, Joanne Maxwell, where are they fishing? They're listening to the Friday fishing report because they're on the St. George Island on the bridge there and fishing with her husband, Ned and Ethan. So they're biting there. There's some good catches coming out there. Good job, Joanne Maxwell and Ned Maxwell coming down from Chattahoochee area. Speaking of bridge fishing, this is a good one here. This is passing it down to the younger generation. My son landed his first black drum, 38 inches. He wanted to pass the rod off. I showed him, son, you started the fight, now end it. This is what it's about. I'm so thankful to put a lot of time on the water to have a target species and nail them down. This is Glenn McCowan on the Panama City fishing page, and here it is right there. And that was a lot of fight in that fish, so I know they had a grand time doing that. Look how big he is. That's a great picture. And I really like that Panama City fishing page. They do a good job with it. Mike Hatcher and that group there. So, all right, this is, Billy Grantham sent this. This is Paul Richardson, a 10-pound, almost 10-pound bass. He caught and released it. Paul is from Colorado and came down here and he caught right at a 10-pounder. Thank you, Billy Grantham, for getting us that picture. And I know Paul enjoyed that, 10-pounders. That was on Lake Seminole. And keep these out. The Bear Creek Hunting Club, every year I get pictures of big old rattlesnakes up there. And they dispose of them mainly because their dogs are running all throughout those 10,000 acres, and they're the ones they see. There are a bunch of them out there. Don't worry about them having a shortage of them, but if they see one, they will dispose of it. And on a mattress. One more picture. Chris Kramer, Kramer Marine, they do a good job out fishing. He's fishing here with Brian Neubauer. And look, that fish in the middle is a beeliner. That's a 5.5-pounder beeliner. And look at them, bookended by those two big red snappers. Snapper season's still going on. We don't talk about it a lot, but on weekends, red snapper season is open. Good job, Chris and Brian. Chris Kramer. Okay, well, we're at a point now, we've got a bunch more pictures. So let's go and take a break now. We'll come back with them. Okay, welcome back. I know a lot of y'all like me just enjoy meeting new people and talking to them about the outdoors and all. And this past Friday, Gail and I were at Real-Time Fisheries and saw I was running out some of our viewers there and got to meet Dean and Suzanne Neiman. And they were talking with another couple there, and they were in the booth next to us, and we just struck up a conversation, talked about the show and all. And they have this is a really cool story. They have 2 French bulldogs. Now, in the past, on occasion, I've had people call me and tell me they named the dog, Winston named the dog after me, which I consider an honor. Some of my former students later on named their dog Winston. So that's not highly unusual, but it is unusual to get a dog named after you. But this is unique right here. So in this situation, they have 2 French bulldogs, and they named one of them Chester and one of them Winston. And I said, wait, stop. I said, do you have any pictures? So they had some pictures, and they showed me and said that, here it is right here. Chester, okay, Chester is a white French bulldog, and it was a pleasure meeting you and your wife at lunch today. Thank you for your endless contribution to the community. Very nice of you, Dean and Suzanne, to say this. But anyway, I said, I want to see some video because there's Chester is a white one, and he's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more active maybe. And so I got this video. That's Chester on the right and Winston on the left. And they've caught, oh, that's a lot better. They've caught this grouper, looks like, and Chester checking it out. It tastes good. But Winston is sort of sitting back in the background. And let's see, and he's looking at it. So then, let's see, we have That might be, that's just a picture of, okay, you can see that's a better picture of Winston there on the left, the French Bulldogs. And then it went on down, there you go. Let me go back to the original post, and they sent some more pictures, asked them to send some more pictures, and okay. So anyway, okay, here they are right here. Here's another picture right here of that, and then they did, here they are here. That's a good catch, Dean. Good catch. But taking the Bulldogs out there with them, so I just thought that was just a lot of cool stuff that I run into from the show Panhandle Outdoors, and I consider it an honor to have named the dog after me. So now let's get back to our pictures. One of the things I've always been fascinated and interested in has been what is called a wildlife corridor. And that's what is a group of folks for years been trying to get the actual pathway really for the animals. Here it is right here, the Florida Wildlife Corridor. And I followed it for years, and what they try to do, they try to get some of these families, some of these donations, and outdoor groups try to buy a piece of land here and a piece of land there, and then the state tries to buy some under Forever Florida Foundation and try to piece it together. And what it is, it's a great idea. And here it is right here, the Florida Wildlife Corridor. And it just sort of gives a path for the game to actually travel throughout the state of Florida. And I was looking at it, we're always talking about panther. Now, if a panther starts down here in the Everglades and wants to go, he can't, of course, go on the interstate, but all this dark green here is some public land, and paths can go up under I-4, okay, go stop off at Disney, but keep on going. And then get over here on the coastline, and there's some good land. I'm talking about a panther coming up through here, all south of Gainesville, the Cedar Key area, the Big Bend area. See where it can go all the way through there? And actually come up in here. Wow, what do you think right that is? Apalachicola National Forest, Tate's Hell. Look how much room they have here. And they can go on across, and thank goodness for the Biofugia Center right through here. The E.O. Wilson Biofugia Center bought a big piece of land and go through and go all the way to Pensacola, technically. But anyway, I've been doing some research on it, and here actually these are the conserved lands that they actually have, and these in dark green and the light green is the opportunity areas, and they're making progress on it. And I'm just proud of our state for doing it. They've been doing this a while now. I hadn't been in one period of time, but the bottlenecks really where they're having the challenges, those letters A, B, C starting at the top. I always see a lot more bottlenecks in the south central Florida. Of course, there's so many people there. And we only have one up here in A, and I'm not sure what that one is or where it is. It might be around St. Mark's because it's not too far from Tallahassee. But those are critical connections there. And again, it's just another legend as far as what they're doing with the land and protection programs. And I just, and here's someone did a painting of it, of the Florida panther and the manatee. So I wanted to share with you what the wildlife corridor does, and here's one more picture of it. It's connecting the corridor, and it's celebrating state-funded land in the wildlife corridor. So if you hear that term, you understand what they're talking about now. And I've always been any kind of preservation we can do to help this along. It's just a lot of, it's just important to all of us that we do this. And I remember talking about it in my class, and I don't think they really comprehended the importance of it because they have all the woods around here in the Panhandle. They just can't comprehend all the challenges they have in the Central Florida area. And I found a picture, I don't know if I can find it now, of actually what they're doing in another area. I want to show this picture right here. I pulled this up to add to this. Now this is in Canada, but this is what they did here. They built it over the highway and planted it. Is this not cool? Now we have some underpasses here in Florida that's actually under the interstate, which I'm sure are a lot cheaper to build than something like this. But I thought, all the Canadian land they have, what a great vision they had in preserving that. So anyway, I just wanted to show that. I found that and wanted to show it to you in that area there. So anyway, a couple more pictures real quick. I didn't get to finish those up. The rattlesnake, and then, okay, going. We're talking about fishing a lot off the dams and the bridges. I just showed you one off the bridges there in St. George Island. Here's one off the local dam right here. This is great fishing. Jason Ribbon, he caught a couple of keepers that morning, just right there. Okay, good job, Jason Ribbon. And then this sums it up. Dustin Langford, because you can't find peace like this in a bottle or a pill. And he's talking about, you all know exactly what he's talking about, just going out in the woods, relaxing, and just sitting in that tree stand or ground blind and just catching deep breath and enjoying God's beautiful nature right there. So good job and good thinking. I'm going to follow up on that. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by the good folks at Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. This morning, 9:29 to 11:29, and tonight, 9:49 to 11:49. Again, I'll talk about all this great weather we're having and hoping you'll get an opportunity to take advantage of it. Now, you know, I look back on all the years we've done the show, the 19 years we're doing the show, and over 4,500 shows, and I found something we haven't. I thought we talked about everything, but I found something we haven't talked about, and we're going to bring it up. And I'm aware of the situation, but it's never been that big of a deal. But you know how social media is, and we're on the Cape San Blas Facebook page, and we get some interesting things out of there, and some humorous things. But this, okay, we're going to take a look at this. Okay, let me see. This is okay. Somebody sent a picture in. And I understand a lot of these people ain't from around here, okay? So it's all this big cat, okay? Now, is that the tail there or is that the back leg? Okay, that's important. This is at Cape San Blas. And then they wrote, okay, here's what they wrote. Hi guys, on October 18th at 4 p.m., I encountered a large black wildcat-like creature that crossed Cape San Blas Road in front of me at Rich Park. It had a mouse in its mouth. I've seen bobcats before. This creature was all black and much bigger. I wonder if anyone else could spot it. Could it be a Florida panther or some kind of other panther? And also, what's the best way to protect yourself from getting attacked by them? Well, I got tickled. I got on the thread and read the answers, but most people said it's we call a jaguarundi. Okay, a jaguarundi. So. I started, you know, I've heard of those, and I've really never paid much attention because I really never had many around here. So I go to Wikipedia and look it up, and okay, and right here is from South America and all that. It's a wildcat native to the Americas, and nothing interesting. It's secretive and alert. So it describes it there, and then it shows a picture of it. Okay, a jaguarundi, okay, and here's a picture of it. All right, so I keep looking for research, and right there, starting that second paragraph, jaguarundis have been sighted in Florida since the early 20th century. Their presence attributed to a rider from Chiefland. Okay, so anyway, but just rare sightings of it. I keep looking things up, and other people are talking about seeing them in Florida, and just all kind of information. And this is what they eat. They eat all kind of little small-sized prey and animals and all. There's a picture of one in the zoo. You see where that one's sort of black looking, and then the sun is right position. It's going to show like that. So there, okay, I found this. All these researchers did. There's no official confirmation that jaguarundis are native to Florida, but there have been many reported sightings, and this around the Lake Placid, the Central Florida area. Okay, here's some more pictures of it here, and that way that looks dark there, and that's a great picture. And just different facts, and I just want to share different things with you. And like I say, okay, and then this guy saw one in Ocala National Forest. This is a while back, and then he put that online. Then all kind of people say, yeah, I saw one at St. Mark's. Everyone saw one at St. Mark's. Here's one at different places they saw them. So, okay, so I don't know exactly. I've never seen one. I'm not saying we have them, but I'm not saying we don't have them. So if you've seen some have pictures, I would think some would show up on game cameras now, you would think. So anyway, if you find some pictures, please send them to me because I'd be interested in seeing and checking them out. Talking about interesting, I've got to wear Sunday morning, we're going to switch channels now. I'm going to close out with this. Sunday morning's been special to me because I get up, I always get up early, but Sunday morning I don't have anything to do and just, getting ready to go to church and just relaxing and taking a deep breath. And I sit in my chair, and it's just a good quiet time for me. I used to have more of these times than I do now. It seems like I don't have very many of them, but Sunday morning, and over the years, I've been able to watch the sunrises. And this past Sunday morning was just a beautiful sunrise. I took a picture. I want to share it with you. Here it is right here coming up. And what was cool, my brother and I used to watch the sunset and would count the numbers. So I counted to 181 when it started above the trees. It's looking toward the Deer Point Dam. It started above the trees and got completely out of the trees, and I counted 181. So that's close to 181 seconds, but it was just spectacular. And it was just, and I'll show you this to help encourage you to do the same thing. Get your quiet time. It is so important that we just sort of get off by ourselves sometimes and turn off everything and take a deep breath. And I'm always, when I do that, first of all, I'm very thankful. I thank God for the many blessings I have, and I just sort of soak in His nature. And I'm just always a special time. So I want to encourage you. It could be walking somewhere quietly, or getting out on your back porch, or walking in the backyard, or going somewhere, just you alone in your own thoughts and dreams and all, and just and do that and take pictures and send them to me. There's so many places here in the Panhandle you can get off like that. And some of y'all do it at the sunsets, and get off on the beach at sunset, get off on the river at sunset, or like I say, in some field or something. I just wanted to encourage you to take some time for yourself. And we all need it, especially in this day and age and the time we live in now, with so much seem like anger and hostility out there and all these bad things going on. So just take some time and enjoy the peace and quiet, and be thankful of all the blessings that we do have. I'll wrap it up for today. Y'all do something good for someone else. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.